Or
Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Ryuk.
my name's a lot of pun.
And do you really feel like that was a holding call in the Super Bowl that just happened?
Yes.
Anyway, we'll get into that and more right here.
Right now on Yo Invite.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm Ryuk. This is my homie A Lot of Pun, and you're watching Yo Invite, the podcast where we bring together your favorite geeks, gamers, and goofballs to talk about all the things that are pushing our culture forward. Yeah, it was not a holding call.
Well,
No. It wasn't. You can't tell me it was. I mean, his hand was literally wrapped around, like not even wrapped around, like he touched his backside.
The ref can.
Oh my gosh.
Apparently.
I'm actually upset that Patrick Mahomes got the MVP because I feel like the ref should have got it. Personal opinion, but
I mean, I'll be honest. I think Checo should have gotten it, but hey, that's just me. Anyways,
man, that's ridiculous. Hey, I guess before we get into it, make sure to follow and subscribe to all of our social media platforms. We have here we go, Insta, we have a Twitter, we have a YouTube, and we have a Twitch that we sometimes use. You can even find us on TikTok. All you have to do is go into the search bar and type in Yo Invite with the question mark. Sometimes that's in YouTube. Other times you can just type in Yo Invite in the search bar and you'll be able to find us. Make sure to hit the follow and make sure to hit the subscribe attached with the bell button so you can keep up with all the things that are pushing our culture forward. Now that all that's said and done, damn, that was fast. Getting a little better at that. All right.
Yeah, well.
So, Ruben.
Yes.
How was your week?
Not bad. Not too bad. Because the team that I wanted to win won.
Trash.
Considering I didn't like either team, the team that I wanted to win won, I guess.
Ron Kelsey.
Well, yeah, I guess. Sure, we could argue that all day, but it was a close game, regardless.
It was a high-scoring game for sure.
It was. It certainly was. And I'll be honest with you. I'm pretty sure there were I think there were a couple of plays that were in the Eagles' favor, not for the Chiefs, that happened too. So, meh.
Call it what you
Just
will.
saying.
Call it. That's the. I guess you can say beauty of football, right? Where we can literally count the flags and say, but what about him? It's a game of Mr. Meeseeks. Everyone roped each other into this.
Yo, 100%. Yo, there ain't no way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
I guess, okay, so we're going to get into it, but this is your invite, and let's kick it off official. Let's get it with your Yo Invite news.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So we can't contain ourselves anymore. We got to talk about the Super Bowl. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm old. I'm 26, literally pushing 27. I fell asleep during the first half. This is the part where I'm gonna just get the bullet out of the way and let everyone in the chat, as well as Ruben, grill me. I miss Riri. I didn't see her little new baby belly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I missed it all. I missed when she told everyone to have her money.
Man.
I was tired, bro. I had a long day, but I guess Ruben, you can cover the first half, and I'll jump in at the second. First off, how was your Super Bowl experience? What were some foods that you ate during your Super Bowl experience, if any? And yeah, did you enjoy yourself overall?
I think overall I enjoyed myself. It was a good game, regardless of what happened. Although I wanted the Chiefs to obviously win, and they did win. I honestly could have gone either way, and it wouldn't have been a disappointing football game. It was very, like, there was good offensive play, there was good defensive play, all phases of the ball, except for one kick by Harrison Butker at the beginning somehow. But yeah, it was really good. I actually had some pretty good food. I had pho, homemade pho. That was wild. Some seafood, some like steamed seafood, and nana berry pie, which is a strawberry banana cream pie.
I'm familiar with the nana berry.
Yeah,
amongst
that's the first time I've had it.
Really?
Yes.
To me, it's amongst the top 3.
It's
personally
pretty good. You know, honestly, before this, I didn't really eat banana cream pies, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I remember you telling me about that one time.
I only usually eat like lemon meringue. I eat like pecan sometimes.
Old ass.
Like... You just call me? Motherfucker fall asleep during the first half of the fucking football game, ass motherfucker. How dare you?
Flag for flag, just like an official NFL referee.
For real, I guess. Anyways, but yeah, the experience I had this year, pretty fun. I'd do it again. A lot of good food, good company with me, family basically, and yeah, basically a good time. Yeah. How about you for at least for the second half? And what foods? Do you have any foods going on with that?
Nah, I didn't eat. I literally did not treat this Super Bowl like a Super Bowl. I stayed inside, minding my business, and watched a lot of Last of Us clips when I woke up.
Yes.
For some reason, when I woke up, I had the Super Bowl on my phone. That's how I watched it this year, and it was in Spanish for some reason. I don't know why. It was on Fox 11, so I was kind of like baffled because I woke up and I was watching Fox 11 Super Bowl in Spanish for the first time, and I had no idea what was going on. And then I switched to another broadcast that was showing the Super Bowl, and that was in Spanish. So I kind of felt like I woke up in an alternate reality for a bit, but that's besides the point. I closed the app and I opened it, and everything was in English again. So I understood what was going on. Yeah. And when I watched the second half, I watched it with my dog. I watched it with K-Dot. Just chilled. Some good plays. Back-to-back touchdowns. It seemed to me, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Chiefs had scored on every possession in the second half that they had.
Yes, they did. Every single one.
Yes. Oh, what's that dude's name? No, I think he's number 15. Tony?
Kadarius?
He could have been the first to get a NFL, or he could have been the first person in NFL history to get a what is it? A punt return. Yeah.
Touchdown? Yeah.
Damn.
No, I saw that. That was wild.
As much as I don't like the Chiefs, that would have been cool to see. So, in my opinion, I would have just given it to him. I think he has the longest return now, no?
Yeah, I forgot how long it was.
95 yards.
Was it 95?
I think it's 95.
No, I don't think it was that long. It might have been like 70. It might have been like 70. He was at like the 25, 30-yard line.
I'm sleepy as hell then, boy.
Boy. You're wilding out here. You're wilding out here, my boy, with these takes.
Dog. Yeah.
Anyways.
I thought that's what the guy said.
Oh, that guy was wrong then.
Yeah, for sure. I'm wrong.
That guy was straight up wrong. Yeah.
Longest punt return in NFL history.
Yeah, but yeah, there are a lot of narratives going on for the Super Bowl. Honestly, the first two,
65 yards.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't okay. It was a little bit better.
I was 30 yards off.
Yeah, you know,
some light.
Full ass 30 yards and shit. Anyways, first time two African American quarterbacks face each other in the Super Bowl
during Black History Month.
During Black History Month, no less. That's wild. The two youngest, I think, Jalen Hurts, the youngest quarterback to get to the Super Bowl, I believe. At 24.
I think he'll be back.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he will be. I don't know if everybody has figured out exactly how to stop his real scheme yet. Because to be honest, no one really stopped Jalen Hurts. Like Jalen Hurts stopped Jalen Hurts, to be honest, during this game. I'm talking specifically about a turnover he had in the first half, where he basically fumbled the ball by himself. He was a scoop and score off of a fumble, which kind of kept the game close. I believe the score by then was... They had tied the score up at 14-14 before the Eagles got up one more touchdown, 21-14, before the half ended. But yeah, what else we got? Patrick Mahomes in his third Super Bowl appearance in 5 years, his second Super Bowl win in 5 years, which is wild. That's a fucking pace.
Hate him or love him, you gotta respect him.
You gotta respect him, to be honest with you.
I can't even fucking lie. That motherfucker is one of the GOATs.
Yep. First brothers on the field during
that
the
was
Super Bowl
cool.
Playing. Obviously not the first time two brothers have been to the Super Bowl. You guys got to look back at the Ravens versus the 49ers Super Bowl, where obviously they weren't on the field, but the coaches, obviously the Harbaughs, faced off against each other. But it's the first time they've been on the field, and arguably some of the top, if not the top, of their positions. Jason Kelce being a top-tier center, and Travis Kelce obviously being a top-tier tight end, the best in the game. So there were a lot of narratives going on before this game, like looking past through everything. But yeah, I guess the main highlights of the first half were Harrison Butker missed. They were tied 7-7. Harrison Butker missed a field goal early in the, I believe it was the first quarter. I mean, the first quarter, he missed a field goal after a 3-and-out near the goal line. The Eagles scored. The Chiefs got a scoop and score off of a fumble, basically because Jalen Hurts fumbled the bag a little bit. And then I think Jalen Hurts rushed for 2 touchdowns and threw for a touchdown, which is also a Super Bowl first. It's the first quarterback to rush for 2 touchdowns and pass a touchdown in the Super Bowl. And then we saw that the Eagles kind of shut out Kansas City by not allowing them to get any possession. I think the time, it was like 21 to 9 minutes in the first half. Eagles had the ball for 21 minutes. They were just kind of running the ball, kind of just like running it down their throats. They were converting all their 3rd and 4th down attempts. Literally, Nick Sirianni, their coach, went for every 4th down. It went for every 4th down. It was wild. It was wild, dude. They converted every 4th down. And like almost every 3rd down. It was a wild time, dude. It was a wild fucking time. And so people, I mean, there was a lot of assumptions, obviously, beforehand in the betting pool that the Eagles were going to beat the Chiefs just based off of their offensive power and stuff like that. And then near the end of the half, Patrick Mahomes injured his ankle again, the same ankle that he had that high ankle sprain on again. And so people were thinking that it might have been over, but As you probably saw after you woke up, that did not happen. And after the second half, something I guess just clicked. And they went on to score on every single drive they were a part of. 3 touchdowns in the second half. And then that game-winning field goal. So, shit, there's not really a lot of other narratives to go off. It was a really good game. Put it like that. Really
Actually, there's one more thing that you're missing out.
What, the 47 flags that went down, or what?
No.
Oh.
A Long Beach native got his own Super Bowl ring, man. Juju Smith-Schuster. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm slurring.
He ain't gonna send money to represent the schools here, though.
Hey, no, that's bullshit. Look at Max Preps. Look at Max Preps. He actually, at the end of Max Preps videos, during like poly videos, Juju Smith-Schuster actually donates money to Max Preps or poly. I don't know which one of the two. And it shows his little slide that he represents that school, like with some cash. So he's been.
I didn't go to poly, so.
Yeah, sorry. And John Ross, he puts his money where his mouth is too. He does the same thing with Jordan High School and Max Preps. So, ooh. Hey, he doing his best, man. They're both doing the best. I think they're really cool dudes. I only met John Ross like a couple times, but that was like way back in high school. And I haven't met Juju before, but if it's Long Beach, I hope they win. So that was cool. Like that was the one thing I was like, fuck, dude, I hate the Chiefs. And then I would look and the camera would pan over the Juju, and I was like, that's right, man. Go get your shit. Yeah, go get yours, bro. Go get yours. I'm a hater ass nigga, but hey, if it's Long Beach, I do not care. Go win, bro. So congratulations.
Honestly, yeah, that second half honestly was kind of dominated a little bit by Juju.
Yeah, he was doing it. He was doing it.
Work in that second half, yeah. Yeah, but props to him. Props to our Long Beach native homie.
Yes, sir.
But yeah.
Maybe one day we will shake his hand.
Maybe. Okay, so the real conversation. What do you think about all the flags? What do you think about the refs during this game? What do you think? What are you thinking?
I think
There's already talk about the flag. There's already talks about that holding play. There's already talk.
Of course, we talked about the holding play, but let's look at the season overall as a whole with every team and all the flags. I hope that the NFL statistically can drop like how many flags we've thrown this season.
I'm sure they can.
Yeah.
They have video. They could probably figure out that number.
Definitely. I mean, if the NBA can figure out exactly where each shot LeBron James has shot and put a little like animated map, you know what I'm saying?
And they could definitely see how many flags
were thrown and the exact spots they were thrown.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure. But yeah, dude, it was a lot. Like, I feel like in the Super Bowl, you should definitely let players play. There's critical moments in the Super Bowl that we've all seen when we let players play. There's players that we see in critical moments that just turn up when we allow players to play. Specifically, a couple people come to mind. Of course, we got the GOAT, Tom Brady. Hate him or love him. The original Patrick Mahomes, if I may. We've had plenty of situations where we've just let him play. Granted, there have been flags that have helped Tom Brady plenty of times, but you can't tell me that man hasn't dominated off of pure skill when it's crunch time. Number 2, Mr. Edelman, Tom Brady's second go-to. When the clock is going on the line, when the game is on the line, that's who I want to throw it to. That's the man you want open. Hell, that's the man you're gonna throw it to when there's two-man coverage on him.
Yeah.
Another player that comes to mind, Ray Lewis. Same person you want in crunch time. Of course. He's going to destroy anyone.
On the field. You want the defense on the field.
Right. Another player that comes to mind, Russell. Psych. Marshawn Lynch. Boy, crunch time, beast mode, hand the ball off. But
Remember the one
unfortunately,
time he didn't do that?
yeah, unfortunately, you see what happens when that don't happen. All these
Seahawks don't like to talk about that.
All these people are beasts, and I think it's due to the fact that we let them play ball. We've had all this time to throw flags. We've had all these time to throw, to call these holding calls. We've had all this time to throw these all these BS calls. You know what I mean? But at a certain point, when do we switch from Pop Warner, college, high school ball to allowing these men to play on a professional level of sport? And I hope I'm not just talking gibberish, you know what I'm saying? I just think it's a little ridiculous how every other call has to be it feels like now, every call, especially in tournament matches, championships, is so critical, critiqued. It's to a science. It's okay, yes, technically, that's it. Technically, it's holding. Technically, it's PI. Technically, bro, we're playing in the fucking championship. You know how much time you're wasting? But I guess that we got to get through all these commercials one way or another, right?
Yeah, well, I'm not. I wasn't as mad at every call that I saw on the field today.
No, not every call was bad.
Not every call was bad, and not every call has been bad throughout the season. There have been some extenuating circumstances where a lot of calls in a certain game, maybe throughout a week, on any given week, it could be a certain game, has been very, very bad. Some blatant shit because of the. Obviously there's some biases that some refs might have in terms of how they make their calls. And how they make those calls can affect how the game runs as a whole. For example, I'll always bring this up. It doesn't matter that my team won. The Indianapolis Colts versus Minnesota Vikings game. If that wasn't the most blatant shit I've ever seen to make my team lose, then I don't know what was. They pulled back two pick sixes, fumble sixes. They gave them a first down with an extra put. That was a bad game. That was a badly reffed game, I think. I just think that in general, the NFL needs to make it more appealing to be a referee and actually make it a job, because it's not technically a job right now. It's almost like volunteering. Did you know that?
Nope.
Yeah. So basically, to be being a referee is basically almost like volunteering. So all the referees usually have a second job, and refereeing doesn't pay a lot. Because they'll pay you, but they don't pay you a lot.
Shit, you getting paid?
Mm-hmm.
You know the job was dangerous when you took it.
For real, the NFL needs to make it more of a thing that you can actually get a job and you're actually trained for, to a certain extent. You get paid to do your job, and you can like any regular job, right? You get paid, you can get promoted, you can get raises for doing better and stuff like that, to kind of incentivize people to do their job and do it to the best of their ability, and not just kind of what it almost feels like, phone it in and leave it to a bunch of old people. Sorry to the referees that have been in for a long time, and I appreciate your experience, but things are going a little bit more digital now. And y'all need to get with the times and stop relying on your goddamn eyes. You know you can't see. Shut up.
So even then, excuse me, I mean, I'm not to be rude, but fucking, that makes it worse.
Mm-hmm.
We're hiring the same dudes that are refereeing on a high school level, damn near.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this is worse. What the fuck? No, that's terrible. What is the league doing at that point then?
Yeah, but according to what's this? This website I just found. Apparently they don't disclose exactly how much money they make, and they still make a lot of money for sure. But officials make on average about $200,000 a year, which is a lot compared to us. But for like the NFL, that ain't shit. The NFL, 200,000 isn't shit. That's like a rookie contract or less.
Yeah. I see dollar signs. I'm sorry. That's no point at all.
And also letting you know, 200,000 is for the best. The best officials get that. That's what they start for the best officials.
I can imagine.
If you're worse than that, you'll get less than that.
Those are the officials that are actually in the bowl. Type deal.
Yeah. So yeah, they don't get paid super a lot, but it's not a full-time job. They don't receive other benefits except for a 401k. It's basically part-time.
401k is nice.
It's a part-time gig.
Part-time gig would
have. They don't get any other benefits. They don't get like dental.
Nah, I can imagine. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, like
that I would. That I could imagine.
Yeah, but yeah, I think they could really like get a little bit, dedicate a little bit of time to like making it more of a full-time job that you do. It's like basically your entire job is to study tape. Basically, you do what teams do. You study tape, but like of all football games, and like you really hone your craft onto what like specific, like what is a line that you like cross for it to be a penalty of some kind. You get really good at it to be as accurate as you can, because that is the point, to be as accurate as you can. Because as jokingly as I was, like I saw that holding play from a couple different angles. It did not seem like it seemed like he pushed him off the initial line of scrimmage, which is fine. And when he went around, I guess he held on a little bit, but I don't think it was enough to really impede his progress for him to not make that catch. I think that Mahomes overthrew that ball into the end zone. And so he should not have caught it in the first place. That's just personally what it looked like to me. Yes.
So if I may defend my case a little bit with the officiating this season, I still feel like a lot of the officiating this year has been absolutely garbage. This year probably being the worst. Still, I would say.
Yeah, I know it's so bad that people are like really on the. I know people have been saying it before, and you can go a little bit into this if you want, but like they're really on that the NFL is scripted, and they've really been on that this year specifically because of the calls.
Yeah, that's okay. First off, man, like we've all seen situations of like World Series being rigged and stuff like that, but I don't like to go put that out there until I actually see evidence, because these players put their bodies and lives on the line, dude. That's kind of like disrespectful to say to them to an extent. They have light hearts and they can joke about it, but I don't want to treat that with too much disrespect, because I feel like that's like I don't think these niggas would get a script at the beginning of the season and be like, yes, okay, and then on week 14, dude, I gotta get a concussion? Nah, dog. Like, I don't think that's the case. Oh man,
I don't think Damar Hamlin did not like his script. With you.
Yeah.
I don't think he planned for that.
I don't think he planned for that. On top of that, I feel like the officiating. Going into the officiating. I just want to give some examples on where I feel like the officiating has been bad. I know I can be very intense and very blunt when it comes to these subjects, but hear me out. Let me give some examples. I feel like the officiating is what led to the Seahawks actually getting into like they were in the playoffs, right?
Yes.
That's what I feel like. They only got into the playoffs because of the officiating against the Rams. Right? Right. Hear me out. What about that game, the critical Bengals game, where the officiating damn near decided that game? Right. Hear me out. Now, I'm a Rams fan. No, psych, Raiders. I just read the Rams. I'm sorry, I got the Rams on my screen. Rebuked in the name of Jesus. I'm a Raiders fan. That was a sin I just said. So, the Raiders. I'm a Raiders fan, but what about that bad officiating during the Raiders and the Chiefs game? The first one.
That's true.
And like I said, I'm a Raiders fan, but I feel like they had some bad calls to the Chiefs, which led to the Chiefs actually winning that game. Because it fueled the fire. They made those bad calls at home, and yeah, that's what happened. So, with all that being said, I could go on. There's more examples, but yeah, I just feel like it could do better. Like you said, I feel like there needs to be some sort of training. I think they do go. Of course, they go through training to become certified to even be on that field. They have to. I don't think the NFL would just let anyone on there, right?
I think they kind of just do.
Oh my god.
I think they kind of just let anybody. If they're gonna do it, then they'll let you just do it.
So I feel like there needs to be more critical training. There needs to be.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like some type of schooling. Even like some companies, like they'll do an online training, but they'll call it a school. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
just
like the Bry University this year, like
right.
Give them a sweet course, like 8 weeks.
Not just that, go send them
pass tests.
Send them
pass some tests.
Right, make them pass tests and make them pass endurance tests too. They have to be on that field for a long time, so make sure they can stand being on that field for a long time. Because sometimes I feel like they might just be tired and they just might be making plays or calls to go home. Like, dog, we're tired.
They're playing calls to get back to the line and shit. Be like,
yeah,
he was off. I gotta get back to where I'm at though. So if we could just like slow this down a little bit.
Yep.
Clock's running and shit. Like.
Yep.
Like, hold the fuck on right now.
So. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I know in general we've been kind of focusing on calls and shit like that, but the other part of the Super Bowl that you missed, the halftime show, was goddamn fire as hell. It was fire as hell, my boy. I'm mad you missed it. Had floating platforms and shit. Had Rihanna fucking 35, 40 feet in the air. The fucking dancers were on some fucking shit today. They were going fucking ape shit tonight. Like, that shit was great. I love the halftime show. I think honestly, in terms of halftime show, it was a little bit better than last year's show. And we know what last year's show was. That was like all the people.
Last year's show was lit. That was my favorite one.
Like I really liked Rihanna. I really liked Rihanna's. Those backup dancers really made it for me. They really did.
That's cool. I'm glad it was a good time.
Overall, good Super Bowl. Calls excluded because there were calls for both teams, but calls excluded. Really good Super Bowl. Both really good teams. Honestly, probably the start of some eras and some dynasties right now that I'm very afraid of in the coming decades going on, because I really want my team to win and I need them to do that, and they need to get past these teams. So that's pain.
Dude, everyone's gone.
Dude,
everyone's gone. No more Tom Brady. No more Andrew Luck. No more Big Ben. No more Mannings. No more who else am I missing?
We don't know what's happening with Matt Ryan, but I don't know. He might.
Yeah,
I don't know if he'll retire.
It's Matt and Rodgers, right?
Well, no, there are a couple of
Matt Rodgers' cousins.
Matt Rodgers' cousins, Stafford, Jared Goff.
Oh boy.
You got
OGs are the new G's.
OGs are now the new. Yeah. OGs are the new G's now. Yep, there you go. You got who else? Who else is still old? Technically, Russell Wilson. He's technically.
Yeah, he's an OG now.
Is Geno Smith an OG now? He's technically been on the bench, but like, is he an OG now?
Is Jimmy G an OG now?
Oh shit.
Yo, is Jimmy G an OG now? I think he might be.
We've been watching football for a long time.
He's been to a Super Bowl.
He's been to a Super Bowl.
Oh my god.
Who else?
Derek Carr.
Is Derek Carr one of them now?
Derek Carr's an OG. 9 years?
Yeah, he has been in the league for 9 years. Yeah, that's fair.
Hell yeah, that man broke his foot and came back in the league. That man is a triple OG.
That's fair. I know there are more.
There has to be.
But they're from teams I don't care about. Carson Wentz still in? Carson Wentz still exists?
I think so.
Carson Wentz still in there. Nick Foles still exists out there somewhere. He hasn't retired yet. He's still there.
Nick Foles creeping out there somewhere in the background.
This man living his life somewhere. I don't know.
Waiting for that weak contract.
Mm-hmm. For that $10 contract to come through. Anyways. Yeah. Honestly, we're really seeing a change of the guard.
A new era of supervillains has arrived.
Yeah. I just saw an article today about Vikings trying to draft the next successor to Kirk Cousins. I was like, whoa there, buddy.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's early.
Well, this man's 35. Whoa, my boy, let's stop it.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, Aaron Rodgers is like 40 or some shit. Get on him first.
Bro, Aaron Rodgers might be going to the Raiders too. I don't know. Maybe that's what the talks look like, but
honestly, it's the most likely scenario. He's got Devontae there. Darren Waller's a beast. Josh Jacobs can run.
I wouldn't be mad at him. I'm just worried about age. But
I'm worried about the money you'd have to pay.
Yeah.
The Raiders can't afford that shit.
Yeah. And at the same time, like, as old as Aaron Rodgers could be, he's pretty healthy for a old dude. Like, he's
with Devontae Adams, it does not matter how old Aaron Rodgers is. To be honest with you,
that boy just got as long as we got a good line.
Yeah, exactly.
All we need. All we need.
Wait.
I know. Wait, we know how that.
I was like, so I don't remember that.
We haven't had that for about 5 years now.
Damn.
But yeah. But anyway, Super Bowl fun, great time. But we gotta move on.
Excited for the next year of football.
Yeah.
Sad for the months in between.
It's gonna be fun. Well, we get the NBA Finals. Like, that's coming up soon.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be a drought.
Then the USFL. It's in April.
Yeah.
Right. Anyways, it's football, man. All right, just let me live my life, all right, man.
Yeah. So next up, we'll make this one not too long. Oh,
yeah, you're talking about it before. It actually showed up before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, the commercial before the Super Bowl.
Yep. Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
As well as me.
So, what we're talking about is the Flash actually got an official trailer drop. That was pretty interesting. We saw some big names get dropped. We saw some big announcements and like casting and stuff, I guess you can say. So first things first, we have Ezra Miller making his big return as Barry Allen. We'll get into that soon. We also have Ben Affleck coming back as Batman, and some really, really cool announcements with Michael Shannon returning as General Zod. Yes, General Zod, the guy who died. We also have, what else? Ron Livingston as Henry Allen, and we have, where's she at? A announcement of Supergirl being played by Sasha, forgive me if I butcher your last name, Cal or Callie? I don't know how to pronounce that. I haven't seen her before, so I'm excited to see how she portrays this character. Let me go ahead and open a link in a new tab and see what she's also in. But yeah, we got that announcement trailer. She's been in The Young and the Restless. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Cool. But yeah, looks fun. Looks exciting. But one of the bigger announcements is that we have a big return of a big name, and that being Michael Keaton, who played Batman in the 1989 and 1992 portrayal of Batman.
Was that the one with the bat nipples?
I believe that was the one with the bat nipples, wasn't it?
Bat nipples.
Yeah. So, yeah. He's back. He's portraying Batman once again. It's pretty exciting. It's honestly the biggest, like, probably one of the biggest announcements so far this year, and it's only February, so I'm excited. It's interesting to see. Everything we're talking about is all alleged, and we do not wish to deteriorate or like mess up someone's name or fame's sake. Just putting that out for the hungry lawyers out there. Ezra Miller's making his return as the Flash after a lot of, I guess we could say, alleged controversy. Because I don't know, like, if things have been, like, finalized in, like, court and stuff like that. But, yeah. How do you feel about that, Ruben?
You know, that's a good question. Yeah, okay. So again, reiterating, these are just our opinions. They're in no way factual because we don't know all the details about everything going on.
Everything's alleged. We love the Flash.
Everything's still everything's still alleged, and we're not going to try and defame somebody just based off of that. This is just based off of allegations. We heard our opinions based off of that.
See what happened with Pat McAfee.
Yeah, if for real, if the allegations are true, then Warner Brothers and DC are making a very big mistake in continuing to have him on this project. Because they are not going to get any. There's not going to be anything positive about it after. If it turns out that these were true in these allegations, as of right now, obviously they are not. They are again allegations. There are some pleas that he's even pleaded not guilty on for some things that he's done, or been said to have done. But the main ones happen to be accounts of disorderly conduct. In Hawaii, there's a suspicion of assault, and there's an accusation of grooming an 18-year-old. All of which are no buenos. And I believe the arguments for right now is going through complex mental health problems. I believe he was one of the arguments going against him. But so far, yeah, go on. Sorry.
I'm so sorry. I literally cut you off. I'm so sorry. There's also, I just wanted to say, there's also an alleged strangling incident that occurred on April 6th of 2020. But you can look that up for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's really interesting. I guess the benefit of the doubt can be given, I guess, until things are proven. I guess there's technically no reason to not put him on these projects, since technically it's only alleged that he did these things and not actually that he did this thing. So you can't really pull him off of something for something that he didn't technically do. But I still think that kind of it's a little bit of bad press, and I think the hype of the movie was kind of almost cut just based off of the allegations that he's kind of been through over the last couple of years. In the first place, that it was all like his controversy almost overshadowed like the really cool, everybody can kind of see it, like it's obviously going to be a time rewind because they're rebooting the entire universe, which obviously would be why there would be multiple Batmans. That's just an opinion though, but I can't say for sure, I guess. But so yeah, like the whole Michael Keaton return, Ben Affleck double Batman's going on, two Barrys, I guess, going on from that, kind of almost overshadowed in a sense. So I do really find it interesting that they would keep him on the project as it was, and maybe not see if there's anything to do about recasting or anything like that. But there's nothing that we can technically do about it. I guess I'll respect their decision for now. I hope what I hope is that these allegations are not true, so it isn't as like these allegations wouldn't mean anything, and so we can, you know, fully enjoy the movie as it is supposed to be, which is a superhero film, and I don't have to think about the things that he's done, because I won't watch it, because I feel like I probably won't support this movie monetarily if we find out that these allegations are true and they continue to have the movie come out. Like, I don't think that's just personally for me.
I'm a ditto with you on that one. There's other movies that'll come out that I could see.
Yeah. But yeah, the trailer itself looked pretty good. I enjoyed the cameos. Obviously, I just told you what I guess the plot would be. It seems very obvious, again, that they're going to be doing a reboot by doing like a time paradox thing going on. Seems very obvious.
The Black Flash suit looked cool too.
Oh yeah, but only time will tell, I guess.
That's true. Yeah. One can only hope. I hope that everything's not true. Like we said, take everything we're saying with a grain of salt. Everything we're saying is alleged. Yeah. I'm not gonna go watch it. Trailer look cool. Have you watched The Last of Us? Head ass. That's how I'm saying it. I don't care about nothing but The Last of Us media wise right now. That's how I'm coming for the rest of 2023. So I ain't buying. Excited for the reset though.
Oh yeah, no, I'm excited. Hopefully I hope that James Gunn can really turn the DC, the EU, the live action verse at least around. If they can get it to even a portion of what the animated movies are like, that's a success in my book.
Yep.
Yeah,
and they have this
portion.
They have the animated series that are coming up. The people that play the animated voices are also going to be portraying their live action selves. So I'm excited to see how that actually works. But yeah, Ruben, do you have anything else to say about this topic, man?
No, not today.
Alrighty. Cool. So I guess that's it. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the support. I hope you enjoyed the game. Yeah, just make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. We have a Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. Just search @YoInvite. Make sure to hit the follow button to keep up with all the things that are pushing our geek culture forward. I love you guys. Appreciate you all. And we'll see you next time. Ruben, you know what to do.
Oh, so, actually, Calvin, I didn't know if you knew, but I'm actually an NFL player. I don't know if you knew that.
You're an NFL player?
Yeah, it's something I've kind of hidden from a lot of people. It's kind of something I do in my spare time. I do a lot of work in the background, I guess you could say. It's not for an organization I'm really proud of. They do really good, but it's really funny actually. I do a lot of my work in a very small room on a porcelain throne, as you could say. And my entire job is to take the Browns to the Super Bowl. Good night, everybody.
Wow. The Browns of all people. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye-bye.